Are we ready? Okay. This is a new council and we have a new agenda. So we always start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And I just wanted to say that we're going to have 15 seconds of silence. We'll remain standing after we say the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Here. 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 Here.
Here. Okay. We have now public comments, 3 minutes time limit per person on items on the agenda only. Okay, claims. Is there a motion to approve APBs 25,986 through 26,046?
I will make a motion that we approve claims number 25986 through 26046 as presented in our backup materials.
I will second.
Okay. The motion is moved and seconded. Is there discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Say nay. Okay. Ayes have it by 5. Motion is carried to approve APBs 25,986 through 26,046. Adoption of minutes. Is there a motion to approve the town minutes from January 3rd? 4th?
I'll make it a motion to approve the town minutes.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion is moved and seconded. Is there discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it by 5 to approve the town council minutes for January 3rd, 2024. Old business. Reorganization of commissions. We're going to put this on the next agenda. We kind of ran out of time. Comprehensive plan request for proposal. Is there a motion to approve the plan request for proposal?
I'll make a motion that we approve the request. I appreciate the information, Jim.
I will second.
Second.
The motion is moved and seconded. Is there a discussion?
Jim,
Just, go ahead.
I was just going to see if there's anything else other than what you presented that we should be aware of as we look at it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward at this point.
Right now, this is just a very early part of it. Hopefully my timeline, I'll kind of go through there and make sure those line up before the February 2nd, and kind of kick this off. But, that will get the ball rolling. So I think talking with a consultant, he said it was a fairly aggressive, schedule, but it could easily be that, so.
And then what support do you need from us in this process as you lay out this timeline? How can we be helpful?
Probably, and we're just gonna wait until who applies for it.
Okay.
Back to information. At that point, we'll have a time to interview. So, that could be your big input.
Are we incurring costs currently related to this? You mentioned consultant. That was just a private conversation.
Now, we will, the comprehensive plan, I think that's probably, cost material will probably come out of the general fund. Is that correct, you all? The comprehensive plan will probably be paid out of the general fund. Speaking of material.
Yeah, they could probably split some of their costs with wastewater.
But we have the
I mean-
money in.
Okay.
We're in good shape.
comprehensive plan request. New business. We have a police donation of $20 and Mr. Robert Alexander came by. That was the gentleman that you and I were talking after hours that came to the door and found the door locked. And you chased him into the parking lot where it was very cold. And he couldn't hear me. The gentleman walked with a cane, couldn't hear me at all till I got to his car. And he made it very clear that he wanted to help the police department. He'd received some paperwork in the mail that looked like a scam. Basically indicated that the New Palestine Police needed help with safety equipment and that it was poorly financed. That's not exactly what it said, but that is what it read to be, what it was meant, I think, to be read like. I invited him inside because it was very cold outside, so he came in, found that the gentleman's 95 years old, very concerned about the police department, was in a military police unit in his younger years, and he wanted to help. So he made a donation of $20, and we're here to graciously, hopefully, accept that. Yeah, so that is what that is.
Well, thank you for chasing him down. Do I have a motion to accept the donation for the police department?
I will make a motion to accept the donation from Robert Alexander to the police department.
I'll second that motion.
Motion to accept the donation is approved and seconded. Is there a discussion?
I would like to say that I spoke with Jenny, and she's going to work on getting us thank you cards. I think this would be an awesome opportunity to say thank you from the council and on behalf of the town of Palestine, and in this case, I'm sure the police department, to be able to recognize somebody doing something like that. It's coming from their pocket to help support. So Jenny and I are going to work on getting those, so we have those in the future, not only for that, but recognition for employees of the town of Palestine, anybody that we would like. So as a council, we could sign those at the meeting and get those out to those individuals.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jenny. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it by 5, the motion is carried and accepted. Carried to accept this donation for the police department. Okay, department reports. Mr. Robbins.
Thank you. With the wastewater treatment plant, I know that's one of your guys' time to look there. I think we've been to the meeting there at Commonwealth, so now it's time to bring it in town hall, council level. I sent, I think you all have a copy of the time frame schedule that they presented. By the end of January here, they will have a complete design. I talked to Thomas today and he said they're on track for that. So I don't know why, sometimes maybe in that first meeting or second meeting in February that we have Jared from Crohn's Associates and the Al Strong come in and talk about this project before it goes to the bid side of it. So we have our first big rubber meeting with the wastewater project and we talk about the costs and things like that. So, and I also sent kind of an email there to the project, kind of outline prior to that meeting in February, that might help you get prepare yourself.
Thank you for the comprehensive plan.
Well,
Any movement on that camper?
and it's been moved. We also, there in front of, across the way, there's been a dumpster there. I'm not
Yes.
sure which association it's trying to do, but multiple times we complained about the rubbish that gets on the outside of it. I know James called on it, I've called on it. They've got until the end of this week to get the rubbish out and get the dumpster out, or we'll pick it up, we'll take the dumpster back to the wastewater plant for them to pick it up. It's not a very conducive place because it's right there on the end of the highway. It kind of gets into a site vision, people pulling in, pulling out, just not a very good place for it anyhow, so.
It was overflowing
all
today.
the time.
Yes.
So,
Is it used publicly? Is that why it's overflowing?
What does it collect?
It collects clothes and stuff, and I think it's
Special Olympics,
special level.
but they don't pick it up on a regular basis.
So it generally overflows and, like I said.
Who initiated it? Like, who asked for it? Was
I'm
it?
not sure, I think it's been there a long time.
20 years.
Yeah. It's just time to have it removed.
Okay. Steve?
Did you guys all get the email that I sent you today?
Yes.
I know you wanted to talk about community crossings a little bit because I shoved a paper under right in front of you,
Yeah.
for you to sign 10 minutes into your presidency. And so I wanted to at least, so have y'all had a chance to look over that. I can hit the high points on it, or
Okay.
if you have any questions about it, that's fine too.
Let's go over the high points.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do that.
please, thank you.
I'll also say that I haven't given it the detail it probably deserves. I kind of breezed through it quickly, so I probably won't be as well informed yet because I haven't went through the details, but high points will help. Yep.
Part of, the program's been around since 2016. Our first year of getting funding was 2017, and we used that for a 2018 project. There's 2 calls annually, and a call is just an invitation for applications. And they are in January and July. I typically do July. A town like ours, or any town with a population in Indiana of under $10,000, gets a 75-25 match. So obviously, we're going to get that match. NDOT will pay 75% of it, and we have to pay 25%. Some of the documents required to be eligible for funding are 88 and Title VI transition plans, financial commitment letter, and that's what you signed at the last meeting. Pavement asset management plan, and that goes to Purdue LTAP. Another acronym on that. Roll in tonight. At least one town employee has to be a certified ERC, which an acronym, employee in responsible charge, to be able to get state and federal funding. Town's ERC. NDOT made the transition to DocuSign in 2022, so they only really want one signature on the contract now. And I think last year, the year before, 2022, the town passed by resolution that the current council president would serve as signer on any NDOT contract. And if he's all able, and I'll go back to that, on the front page, just from today, what operational program that it's been just for our town from 2018 to 2023, we've been able to do a total of, well, we've done over $1 million in road rehabilitation and preservation projects. We've also been able to update 88 programs. Of that, NDOT paid $758,504, and the town had to pay $252,834. So, as you can see, it's a pretty
Well done.
good program that we want to always take advantage of.
I know those applications are painful, so I appreciate you doing it.
Well, yeah, you gotta go out and, rate all the roads and keep the road up.
Steve should.
Updated and.
Yeah, it showed me the spreadsheet, and it's a lengthy one. It's a
Yeah.
2-pager and doesn't really fit on 2 pages, so.
So, yeah, we got roughly 19 road miles now, but they have to be broken down into segments, intersections, 2 intersections. So actually, we got over 240 different road sections in now. So,
Well, Steve, we can cross our fingers and hope that Congress doesn't change the ADA so that our curb ramps can stay the same for a while, because it sure appeared that they were done, and within 2 years, they were completely torn out and redone.
It'll change, Bill.
Yeah, they're apt to change.
Well, let's change them in 6 years.
Is that all?
That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Police Chief.
So I think you guys were here before the meeting, but it's going to be brought up at the previous council, and that was our surplus squad car that we have out front here. The school corporation would be interested in purchasing that because they're looking to hire a new school resource officer, and they need transportation. Right now, the surplus to us, we would probably trade it in when our 2 new squad cars come in. And really, I think we're going to probably break even if we sell to the school and if I took all the Fort Wayne traders in. But I think it also helps our school corporation by selling to them, so they actually have a good car. So we're keeping in our community, helping our community out. We were talking about prices. I tried to reach out to who we purchased from. No luck. They're not quick about responding back. Of course, they're dealing with state sales all day long. We bought the school, I think, a reasonable price for that vehicle. Once we remove all the stuff that we no longer need to keep in it, just keep the light bars and just keep the car, we think about $4,000 would be reasonable. My question would be to the council, is that something we'd be interested in? And if we are, Doug, what do we need to do?
Doug, are we legally responsible to do we have to get an appraisal
No,
to be able to sell that to them?
not to sell. So municipal bodies or government entities can transfer property amongst each other with substantially similar resolutions. So you could do it for a set price or no price if it's going to another governmental body.
Well, that was going to be my question. Could we donate it instead of selling it? I mean, I think that there's been some discussion amongst the council that we sure do want to have a strong working relationship with the school. And in the big scheme of things, that seems like a small price for a lot of goodwill. And I have no idea what anybody else thinks, but
If you had discussions with them, they're interested in purchasing.
Yeah, I spoke to Miles Hurricane at the high school. They're really, they want it yesterday.
Okay.
So I told them again, I said, I thought we were meeting last week today, so I'm going to meet the council again and kind of get everybody's thoughts on it. If you guys want to donate it, I have no qualms against that, that's fine. I just thought, well, fair price, I know we kind of rough it with you for a trade-in. So it's bought and paid for, it's just sitting there, it's kind of a backup car.
My understanding is that they're kind of getting, the one they're using right now is from Lawrence.
Yep.
And so as soon as they have another one, that one will go back to Lawrence and they'll have their own.
Absolutely.
And I agree with Bill. I would love for us to just continue to offer good charity and opportunity. I don't think it's a misuse of our town's resources to see it being used in the school. I think it benefits everybody in town. And so I would like to find a way that we can donate it.
and Doug, if we can legally do that,
We'll need to prepare a substantially similar resolution, so I can draft that and have it ready for the next meeting, and we can work with the school. They'll draft a similar one.
so I'll make a motion that we request Doug prepare a resolution and do whatever steps are necessary to donate the vehicle to the school corporation.
I was second.
Is there,
So again, is there an entity on their side that we'll need to get a hold of, or will you take care of that?
I can coordinate, that'd be the school board, would be the one that would approve their reciprocal resolution.
Because if you want, I can reach out to Miles tomorrow and have him contact their school attorney, contact you, that would be better.
Yep,
That work?
that works.
As we work through this, I would request that we find an opportunity for Bob and whomever from the council can attend their board meeting and hand over the keys.
Absolutely.
Just as
Make it a thing.
a recognition that we want to support them any ways that we can.
Yeah.
Yvonne, you had a comment and or question?
yeah, I think in my position, I'd be amiss, remiss, whatever the right word is, if I didn't put out the word of caution that we do need to pay for 2 brand new squad cars next year, for which we will have to borrow money in order to make that happen. So, from a financial perspective, a donation is wonderful, but with the caution that we will need to come up with all the money for 2 new police cars.
And I bet we probably don't get a ride-off, do we, Doug? So, Yvonne and or Chief, like, how much in the ballpark is a new squad car?
So roughly without the lights on it, package will probably about 47,000 per squad. That's without lights. Probably about another 9 to 10,000 per squad. Now we budgeted money, but what we've done in the past is like a 3-year lease purchase on these vehicles. So even with the 2 vehicles, we budgeted enough to make a payment for this year. And then we use the same money for the following year. And then we pay it off. So it's kind of like a cycle where we keep one for free, bring one in, just kind of rotate them like a circle and just keep coming around and around. Now, I know
Except we not necessarily set up for 2 of them.
this time we did, yeah.
So are we returning one this time? This will be 2 new in addition.
So once the surplus car will be gone, one of the K-9 cars will be coming out. So what that car will become is a backup surplus car for not only the K-9, but for other officers in case we have a vehicle break down. And then we maybe have one to we try to get traded back, which would be one 2015 top. So hopefully that thing is about a lot of miles on it. So hopefully we're trading one in, but one Ford Explorer, the K-9 car will stay as a backup in case the new K-9 car being made will break down. Each service still has something to put on. Correct.
So we will have the ability to trade in at least one vehicle towards that.
Bob,
And at the top, we'll probably get a better trade. I know we'll get a better trade than we will force purchase. At the time, they were great because we didn't have a lot of money to get a squad car, but it was supposed to. I hate to say that, but they got high miles, they got high engine hours on them. They're hard, they're way wet.
So Yvonne, or Doug, if we sold it to them for a nominal price, would those funds be able to be used towards the purchase of the new car, or would those go into the general fund and then the general fund would be used towards that? Is that semantics and how that money is moved?
I think it's semantics, yes. It ultimately be able to be used for a new car if you chose to go that route.
And me personally, I think that the goodwill outweighs the value, since the value is essentially minimal.
That's what I was. And I agree with that.
Yeah, I think,
But,
Thank you
you
for-
know, as my
Yes.
position as the clerk treasurer.
your job is to
you
keep
need
us
to-
from writing
Yeah.
checks that we can't cash, so thank you very much for that. But I'm in agreement with everybody else. I think that the goodwill donation and the ability to recoup $2,000 here is something that is worth improving and building the community and the relationship with everything around it.
Well, and as Ethan noted, it definitely continues to serve the community by helping the schools. So, it's still helping us.
I think we've all agreed or said that we would like to strengthen that relationship with the school. Okay.
You take the
You want to
vote.
vote on that?
Mhm.
All in favor, say aye to donate the car.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Motion, Bill.
ayes have it by 5, and so the motion
Second
is
by
carried
Jan.
to donate the squad car to the school.
And
Just a
Bob?
point of clarification, I thought the motion was to have me draft the resolution to go through the steps. So you're not actually donating at this point, you're just
We're
going
doing
down
the
that path.
process. And if you ever need a place to park a squad car on Main Street in order to slow people down, my driveway, both of them are open.
Kicks me out when I park there.
Well, I think Tommy will bring you coffee. And he makes good coffee, so.
Bob, does that work? Parking a car there and slow people down?
It doesn't. And for me, I'm unmarked, so I'm the one sneaking one with the radar. Once I know they're getting pulled over, my lights come on, but.
Well, Ryan, when you're driving down the street and you see a police car, what do you do?
But I would say, I think everyone knows.
I drive like an old man, Bill, so,
Oh, okay. Me, I slow down.
yeah. I drive like, I don't need to slow down, I'm already going slow, so.
Thank you, council, I appreciate that. I think it's a good idea.
How long do you think that'll take, Doug? That's something that would be ready for the next meeting? I'm not trying to put pressure on
Oh, yeah.
something unduly. Okay, easy.
I
Cool.
just did one for a township donating a fire department.
all the fire engines and buildings, so this is easy.
Do they want to donate a fire engine or a building to us?
It's in Allen County, so I don't know if it'd be much good, but
Do you have anything else, Bob? Did you happen to see if that fire hydrant is in working order?
I have not, no. I think I drove past it twice. I couldn't.
Which one?
Mill Street.
Oh, yeah, one that was laying there for, I finally got so frustrated with him that I called him up and finally said, hey, your fire hydrant is actually in the sidewalk blocking an ADA ramp. And they added up and fixed it in 3 days.
Well, I think
So-
we probably called at the same time, because I said, you're endangering all the houses around here in case they caught on fire.
Yeah, their argument was, if there's another hydrant within 500 feet, then it's a no rush kind of thing, and I was getting them running around. So finally I just said, hey, block an ADA ramp. So
You got it
it's
rushed.
amazing the response we got now.
Well, good, thank you. Oh, but do you know if it's working?
It's up and, I mean, I haven't turned it on, but I would assume that it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
I can make a call tomorrow and
okay,
make sure.
thank you.
So over.
No.
No,
Oh, there's no-
it's nice and good.
They typically hold a lot of pressure. If it's not working or leaking, you would know.
No,
Okay. Thank you. Yvonne?
I don't have a whole lot working towards the end of the year. Paperwork and closing out the accounts and such. Meeting with Jared Hall on the 31st. And we'll truly go through everything in the accounting system. And after that, we'll be uploading everything to the state. I started on the uploading of miscellaneous forms that they require, which is a lot. I hope you can read it. Started on that. So we're working in that direction, which is good.
Yvonne, last meeting, we talked about getting the information earlier, which we did, so thank you guys for that. Was there any major concerns, like we talked about, this is something we're going to try to see?
It was
and
just a difficult week because we've been gone and we've
Correct.
been, so.
Yeah.
but
This isn't a good judge,
This
so
wasn't a
maybe
good
we'll
judge.
we'll ask
Ask
again.
again.
Okay. Ask again.
Yeah. Did you, the questions that were asked via email about the things, I mean, nobody asked further questions about the claims, so I'm assuming those answers made sense.
Yeah, they did.
And I appreciate getting the questions ahead of time. That's easier than kind of being blindsided.
And when I drove by, you were still here, so I hope that my questions did not make you stay
Last
here
night?
to answer those
Or the night
questions.
before, yeah, night before.
But
See it
I
drove by.
appreciate you guys and the amount of detail that you put into that. It really
I-
makes it easier to go through those claims once we
Yeah.
do that, so thank you.
And it is my goal to answer you. The first line should be your immediate answer. If you don't have time to read the rest, stick with that. But I try to feed you as much knowledge, if you will, of details about these things so that if you keep reading, that maybe you can, you know,
That's very
get a little bit of explanation.
It was helpful to have the information early to give us time to go over it.
Absolutely.
I felt like I was really able to sit down and go line by line over everything, so
Well, very good.
I appreciate that.
That was the goal, right? So, and we'll see how it goes in the next one. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue except for some bills coming due, you know, so long as I have in that ordinance enough leeway to go ahead and pay them, so we're not incurring late fees and those kind of things, and, you know, we'll move right along this way. So,
Well, thank you. Thank you too, Jen.
no problem.
We appreciate it.
And Susie, I mean, we're in this thing together.
Okay, it's time for public comment on the topic. Okay. Council comments. Mr. Hartman.
I wish Pot Stickers the best of luck in their grand opening tomorrow. I think everybody's excited about that. There sure were a lot of likes and hearts on social media.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, so I wish them the best of luck.
we've had sandwiches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Delish.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's all I have.
Ethan?
I just want to appreciate, last week, some of us were in the newly elected office training, and so 3 days downtown. We made it, but I appreciate because the town makes that possible for us. So I've always been a fan of kind of listening and learning and figuring out how to lead through those elements. So that certainly was a piece of that, and want to continue through that in trainings and conversations with the community in any ways that we can. And so we want to be available. I want to be available. This is like, I'm not speaking for all of us, but I want to be available to not only just learn, but listen as well to see how we can be more effective for our town as leaders. And I'm open to those conversations whenever they come. But I appreciate the training that we had last week and the ability to do that together.
Yes, it was very helpful.
I do have one more thing. I know with, Jim talked about Commonwealth, having their design wrapped up soon and want to come and talk to the public. I think we all maybe had some more questions for them. I wonder if we need to address that before they come and talk to the public, if we need to get with them and schedule another meeting to kind of get some of our questions answered before we present that to the public.
We could also compile questions, so we've got a couple options there.
Yeah.
Chad?
So I got a couple, thanks to all the town employees that gave me, graciously donated some of their time to me on Monday. It was extremely insightful to continue to learn about the inner workings and everything that the employees of our town do. I will tell you that the most exciting thing that I took away from the experience is, I always said, if there's what don't you like, or if there's a paintbrush that could fix one thing, if I had a magic wand, what would it be? And it didn't feel like, oh, these ask questions I don't want to answer. Genuinely, every one of them said, I really enjoy working for the town of Palestine. So that was awesome. So thank you to most of you sitting here and everybody that works for the town to make that inclusive environment that makes them want to be here. So
Thank you for taking the time
and I will
to listen and to see them.
And in that was saying I didn't get to everybody, but I will continue to do that to get through. I planned on doing it tomorrow, but some things came up, so I'll schedule another one and send some more emails out. So thank you for everybody doing that. To Yvonne and Jenny, thank you for answering all of my questions as they come to me. I know that I think everybody here, as we're learning and continuing to ask questions, last week's training, I think every time that the training was over and they gave everybody a break, we turned around and asked them 30 questions. And so I don't know that they got a break during those 3 days, but appreciate everything that you guys do to help us answer those questions.
It was good, and thank you for going. Thank you for taking the time to really invest in the knowledge that will help you to do this job. And we very much appreciate it.
Well, I think I can speak for everybody that our heart is in the town, and we're up here wanting to do the right thing for the town.
It's obvious, and that's really nice to see.
And we
Thank
want to
you.
do it right, that's why we're.
And then the last one I had was the reorganization of commissions. We requested to move that to our next meeting. In the meantime, we're going to reach out to ensure that everybody still wants to be on those. I think as the growth that our town sees and it is experiencing, we want to make sure that everybody wants to be there and they don't feel like they were, hey, I was in the room when they were doing it. So we'll be reaching out to everybody. And then additionally, kind of a call to the public. If there's anybody that does want to, or you know somebody who does, if somebody in this room knows somebody who wants to, or they want to be on any of those commissions, please let us know. We want to wrap that up so we can start all the great work that needs to be done in the coming years. So please spread the word as possible. I think that's it. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Actually, Chad, what you ended with, I'd like to pick up on, and just because we only have 4 boards or commissions that we need to reorganize. We've got the Plan Commission, the Board of Zoning Appeals, the Redevelopment Commission, and the Economic Development Commission. And I think that maybe there's already been some contact to the members of some of those. And I'm asking, is it helpful for us to divvy up those four to decide who's going to reach out and be the actual contact person to each? Because I think it's an amazing, a wonderful idea to ask those current members, do you want to continue to serve? And also to those who say that they do, and if it means that there's turnover as well, just like with the town council, I think it would be very prudent if we find a consultant, find somebody that can give those different entities some counseling, some training, and that way they have a lot more confidence, because I can't imagine anything that would be more scary than to be a member of any group, come into a meeting and not really know what you're supposed to do or how to do it. And you know, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're unprepared, but if somebody hasn't told you this is what you're supposed to do, and these are, you know, the issues, or, you know, Doug can help with, these are the statutory criteria for each one of these, but, you know, just to have some kind of training once those four entities are, you know, finally comprised, however they're going to be comprised. So I think that it'd be great to get them some kind of training. And then, do we want to talk about who's going to contact each, so that one person doesn't have to do all of it, but that each of them get touched before the next meeting?
I'll volunteer to reach out to the Plan Commission.
And then, yeah, if it pleases the council, I'd like to reach out to the RDC and touch base with them.
I'll take anyone that nobody else wants.
Yeah, I'll be happy to help as well. You just tell me where I need to.
Well, you can, would you prefer the BZA or the EDC? Your choice.
That's a little easy.
Right? That means you get the BZA.
Yeah, I'll be happy to.
Yeah, what are you doing, Bill?
That was the perfect motion that you just saw there.
So Bill's job now is to go out and find 5 individuals that are willing to serve on any of them.
RDC.
Yeah.
Actually, there is one that isn't on here, and I don't even know what it's called, the Hancock County Economic Development Commission or Council. They meet monthly, and for either 3 or 4 years, I have been the council person that goes to those meetings, and I want to say that there is nothing that says that we can't have more than one person. So if there are other council members, Jim, I'll volunteer to recruit for that particular entity. And again, the more the better, and it's just once a month. It's the second Wednesday meeting, so that's the third Wednesday of every month. It's usually at 8:30. You can participate by Zoom, or you can go in person. I always go in person. It's at the Thrive Center on 40. So how about I'll take that one, so that I didn't bring it up and do nothing. And what my goal is going to be to see if I can recruit more than me to go, because it is worthwhile. You hear from a multitude of companies, consultants, towns, different perspectives of what's going on in town.
Civic Center, yeah.
Yeah, the Thrive Center is, I think, what they call it, yeah.
But it's not the Civic Center.
It's not a civic
It's not the
organization.
program, the monthly programming thing. Is that what you're talking about, Terry?
Yeah, through September.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
something
that-
different.
No,
It's not that.
Do they host it though?
Yeah, they hosted at the Thrive Center. But those are two different
The Civic Circle.
programs.
Nice facility.
Yes.
so Terry, my first chore after this evening is to contact you and see if you want to go to those meetings, but you don't have to.
The third Wednesday, okay.
Yes, and thank you. And I really didn't mean to bring up a task and not assign anything to myself, so.
Bob and Jim were quick to laugh at it, so it seems like it may be.
That's pretty smooth, Bill.
To what Bill said, we kind of discussed about interviewing the people on, going on to these boards and commissions. And so during that process, we would make them aware of our expectations and get a feel for how committed they are, and make sure that they understand that they have to come to the meetings prepared and that kind of thing, and educate them as well. So I also want to thank all of you for when all of us just pop in here and you drop everything and listen to us or answer us or whatever, and that's not easy to do when you are so busy every day. So thanks for letting us interrupt you.
You're welcome.
The plaques for the previous council, I was hoping to have a mock-up of those, but I will have by next week.
Is your intention, Terry, to invite them to a meeting and give those, or just deliver them?
We'll just figure that out, but
Okay.
no, I don't think they.
And Terry, Jake from the awards company did stop by earlier this week and asked if there was a particular deadline that you had in mind for that. So, good. That's kind of what I told him too. I said, I don't think there was a major pressure. But he checked in to see whether, you needed it at a certain date.
Thank you.
I did have one last thing, sorry. Doug, is it beneficial, and while we were going through training, I thought of this, we get department report outs, is there a reason, I'm sure you would interject if there was a change in some statutory Indiana code that would change something that's going on with us, you would probably just share that. Is it something that we should push every meeting to say, hey, Doug, is there any updates from you that we need to know about? I think, obviously, you being our council play a significant role in ensuring that we're doing things the right way and following every law, rule, statute that's out there.
Yeah, some of our clients actually put that on the agenda, legal updates. I won't always have legal updates, so if you want to put it on the agenda, I may not have one that week, but it could be helpful. I try to keep you up to date as we go as well, so it's up to you. But I've seen it useful other places.
Done.
Legal updates.
Sorry, no.
Oh, no, I meant it's already done.
Yeah.
I nodded to Jenny and she.
Got it.
Okay, anyone else? Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion.
Alrighty. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried to adjourn the meeting.